If I tell you that your alternative nervous system, for anybody who has undergone amputation or any other situation medically, it is possible. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much to the entire team. And thank you very much, Ahmed, for cleverly dodging the question. Let me give you the answer now. So it's been, of course, I will give the answer to this audience. It's been such a pleasure to hear you and, of course, be talking about something that is also not just medically important, but also important to us as individuals. Now, 7 years ago, I happened to come across a very young scientist who doesn't have a medical background, very specifically, but happened to finish engineering and delve into brain-to-computer interfaces. Now, for all of us who are over here and also across, everybody knows about what a brain-to-computer interface is, but in simple language, it means devices being controlled by human brain, by human thought. Now, brain in general doesn't do anything except translate that emotion to our mind. And it's our mind that is doing most of the job, whether it's moving, talking, feeling, emoting, and so on and so forth. Now, this scientist mentioned that I can connect each and every bit of this device present over here to my brain. I said, okay, but we have heard that. There are a couple of companies across the world who are doing the same job. I said, no, let me show it to you. So for any frequency to connect with another frequency, you do need something in your body, in your brain, or in terms of a wearable, in terms of a detachable. He had nothing. He had absolutely nothing. So that was quite intriguing for me to hear, and most importantly, also invest. He actually showed me how he connected my device for the very first time to his brain, 100% non-invasive, 100% non-wireless. Zero calibration from my mind to the device. Now, is this even possible, or was he just bluffing? The answer is yes, it is possible. Most companies are not attempting this, but this young scientist did. There were a couple of things that were extremely interesting for me to hear about, which were brain-controlled prosthetics, brain-controlled wheelchair, brain-to-brain interface. I will just simply take you through some facts that may be interesting to this audience over here without making it very technical. But the medical implementation of brain-to-computer technology is massive. It is understudied, it is underfunded, because there is no specific regulation or monitoring of this particular technology. And there is therefore very less accountability. You may go back and read about a lot of different companies attempting this wirelessly, but you should know one thing, that these are extremely dangerous when your skull is open and you have human trials with it. Therefore, you must attempt it 100% non-invasive to the human body. If I tell you very specifically, there were people who benefited from prosthetics completely monitored by the brain. If I tell you that your alternative nervous system, for anybody who has undergone amputation or any other situation medically, it is possible. If I tell you that memory and information can be relayed without sound, Ahmed would not like this, but without sound, or for that matter by action, would you believe it? The answer is it's difficult to believe it. It is actually difficult to believe until you actually see it. Now, do you know that the output of a brain surgery can only be after the patient gets up? You don't know whether he's lost movement, any movement of the body, speech, sound, action. You wouldn't know until the patient gets up from the surgery. We have successfully done many surgeries that have concluded the fact that you can know the output and you will know the result much before the surgery is concluded, and you will know it is a successful surgery. This cognitively operated system is now patented, and we are very proud to be able to conduct more and more research. And now I will answer the question that Ahmed cleverly dodged. A man's mind can typically decipher one note of music at a time. A woman's mind is far more capable, Ahmed. So technically he dodged the question, but we'll hold him accountable later. You know, we have to transfer accountability these days. So a woman's mind specifically is also growing constantly, because remember, hormonally, we are all the time. We're changing every month. We're changing with the years. We're changing all the time. There are certain days and there are certain years of your life where you will have expansive thinking skills, critical thinking, you will have analytical skills, which will be enhanced by the situation in your hormones. It's nothing to do with only the knowledge you consume. It has a lot to do with your hormones and with your brain. Now, if I tell you your human brain does complete enhancement of your cognitive system over the years that you are constantly growing, yes, it is possible. Because a human brain is like plastic. It constantly expands. A woman's brain more specifically so. It is constantly expanding. The more information you feed into it, the more it grows. So it is important that we remember this intervention of technology, which can easily go south if you don't have enough accountability, if you don't have enough systems, if you don't have enough governance. But of course, it is achievable to do more and more, because information transfer, memory transfer, cognitive restoration, it is possible. And most importantly, people who are undergoing autism, people who are undergoing Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, these are actual situations that not just, it does not just impact the individual, but families. Most importantly, families. So in order to restore these functions, because let me tell you, statistically, a person who is undergoing autism is not medically challenged. They are medically, they are actually far intelligent than all of us combined. Their capabilities need to be medically enhanced, and that's what a brain-to-computer interface system can do. I will also take you through something which is also very interesting for this crowd, since we see a lot of women and also men combined. Do you know the color which would induce impulse buying in a woman? Let's take a guess. Any one of you, even for the men, because they also have to see that. Any one specific color. Why do you say red? I mean, just as a question, why do you say red? Why not any other color? Why not white? Why not blue? Why not black? That's not an answer. That's your presumption. As a man, that's your presumption that women love red. That's not true. The most liked is red, neurologically, yes. And the least liked is yellow, neurologically. Oh. So now this kind of information, if I'm able to tell you that women in this audience or men in this audience, if they are undergoing an e-commerce platform and they're watching and reading, and if we give you this real-time data, can you actually change and influence thinking? The answer is yes. There's a lot of application that is yet to be explored with brain-to-computer interfaces, but the industries today that maximum benefit from this technology is medical, wellness. If you have better sleep, if you have better thinking, if you have better action, everything is controlled from here. Everything that you see today, you're interested in what I say, tomorrow you will go back and read about something that is happening worldwide. But let me tell you, remember that any of the brain-computer interfaces that are invasive, do not attempt it. This is my personal opinion. I would not impose it on any medical institution or individual, but always remember that you shouldn't be putting a lot of technology on your body, but you require self-calibrating intelligent systems such as ours. And this is not a sales pitch, because we are not prototyping it for anybody. It is only for research. Very specifically so, because the data we generate is going to impact lives. It's going to impact families. Thank you so very much for your attention.